Hi, it's Maggie. I wanted to talk a bit about Saturn going into Aquarius on March 23rd, 2020. So it's a very exciting event, astrological event. It will be there for 2 years, 2.5 years. So it's the ruler of Aquarius, Kronos. Um, but also Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius. Both are rulers of Aquarius. Um, So, yeah, Saturn, it's exalted in Libra. It's in its fall in Aries because, Aries wants to go. Saturn slows things down, very slow. It wants to stop and be disciplined and persevere and be, I was going to say tedious, but Saturn is the great teacher and disciplinarian. So having it in an air sign, having it leave Capricorn, it's the ruler of Capricorn as well. So, it's been building structure and tearing down structures in Capricorn, along with Pluto, and Mars is in Capricorn that day, and Jupiter as well. But going into Aquarius, it will be 0 degrees on March 23rd, and it will begin to feel like such a relief, I think, to everyone, um, especially to Aquarians, to Aries, probably to I don't know. Maybe to Capricorn, but it is their ruler, so they'll be losing their ruler that helped them to build structure. But Saturn can also be a malefic at times. Um, so, but in the 11th house, the natural Aries wheel, having Saturn in the 11th house of Aquarius, being its ruler, you can really use that for media, electronics, building groups, um, communicating with groups, inventiveness, and discipline. Just getting down to it and putting your genius. Like sometimes Aquarians are geniuses. They're inventors. They're extremely creative, extremely analytical. That's why a lot of scientists uh, are Aquarian. But Saturn going into Aquarius would be implementing those and just sitting down and getting to work because Aquarius is such an analytical air sign. It's like almost the higher octave of Gemini. It's much more analytical and humanitarian. So Saturn will just give it the bringing it down to earth, bringing their ideas down to earth and putting them into practice. That's what Saturn will do for Aquarius, like whether it's a humanitarian endeavor or putting something up in the cloud or whatever hopes and wishes that you have. Um, yeah, because Aquarians, it's all about humanitarian endeavors, friendships, groups, maybe starting a new group, belonging to a new group, or just finding your tribe, finding your tribe. Um, so Saturn will be sextiling Aries. So on that day, excuse me, on March 23rd, the Sun's in Aries and Chiron's in Aries. Sorry, it's water. And Mercury, Moon, and Neptune will be in Pisces, but I'll talk about that later. I basically just wanted to celebrate to celebrate Saturn stationing 0 degrees. Aquarius. So yeah, the next couple years will be colored Aquarian age, and I think it's going to be more of a relief. Saturn's always hard work, though. Wherever wherever it is, it's always hard work. And if it's your Saturn return, and say you're in Aquarius and Saturn's sitting on your sun, if you've been doing good work, say it's your first Saturn return, you're 28 years old. If you've been doing good up until now, you'll be rewarded. Maybe get your work towards your master's degree or whatever it is you're doing. Um, if you don't have it together, Saturn will, tear down structures or teach you lessons, maybe not necessarily throw you in jail, but, maybe get a drunk driving and tell you you need to clean that up, or whatever isn't working in your life, Saturn will certainly let you know. And if it's sitting right on your sun, it can at times, it can feel heavy and maybe cause a little depression. Um, or just serious, just serious. But you could get like dead serious about some idea that you have. Yeah, some media, humanitarian, astrology. Maybe you wanted to, put some idea into form, and Saturn will help you do that. It will give you the discipline, the structure, the patience. Saturn is it's father time. I mean, it's father time, it's the great teacher, and it's the Lord of Karma. So it's kind of a relief, though, coming out of cardinal air. Cardinal's where all the action is, and there's certainly been a lot of action on the angles on the midheaven in Capricorn. So it will be going into fixed air, and it will um, it will feel much better. I think it'll feel more comfortable, unless of course it's sitting on your sun or your ascendant, then it will feel a little heavy to you. But it's just a process of learning and growing, that's what it is. So yeah, if you have Saturn, let's go around the wheel really fast. If you have Saturn in Aries, um, it's 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 disciplining. Saturn in Aries doesn't feel really good. It's in its fall. It's in its fall in Aries because, like I already said, Aries is go and Saturn is stop. And it's just, um, so that's why it feels so heavy. It feels heavy to an Aries because they just, yeah, it almost feels like they're in prison or that they're got this heavy weight on their shoulders. But at the same time, Aries needs the discipline to put whatever it is, their individuality or their personality or their ideas or whatever into structure, and Saturn will help them do that. If Saturn and Aquarius is in your second house, it's about your assets, disciplining your assets, change. Maybe not so much changing, but your Uranus is in Taurus right now. But yeah, so it's about money, assets, and what you value. So over the next couple of years, that will be affected, and you may change the whole way you make money, and you will have the discipline and perseverance and patience to do it, or uh, again, it's the karmic great teacher and rewarder, and if something's not right, Saturn can take it away. They could take it away and just say, okay, this isn't working. We're going to have to. First, it gives you a gentle nudge, and then it hits you over the head if you're not listening. So you kind of have to listen to the universe, and that's Saturn talking to you regarding your money, your assets. It can signify loss too at times. Um, Loss, separation, and delay. That's why Aries doesn't care for Saturn that much. Not that it has a choice, but because, yeah, the delay part, delay. Uh, so Saturn in Gemini would be Saturn in Gemini would be more disciplined thinking. No superficial. They might go on to higher education, or they might climb the ladder of success in like being a producer, a ranger, or a rapper, or whatever it is. Maybe they're a photographer and they uh, end up working for Nikon, or something. So it can definitely climb the ladder to success because it is the ruler of Capricorn as well as Aquarius. So media, um, Gemini would excel. They would excel. They would excel immediately because it's also a fellow air sign along with Aquarius, its ruler. Um, Saturn, rather, the ruler of Aquarius. So Saturn in the fourth house is the home. So, there could be Saturn in the fourth house. Could be separation from your family, your mother, your home, maybe moving, maybe something about the home. Or, like, say, if you were born with Saturn in the fourth house, there could be maybe some separation or conflict within the home, maybe with your father. Sometimes Saturn represents authority, the father image. Uh, could cause some separation, delay, hardship, or it could just be persevering and maybe working out of your home and being disciplined about it. So there's many ways it can manifest, and it's really up to us. It's free will. Yeah, it's free will. So Saturn in Leo is it's kind of in its detriment in Leo, kind of like Aries. It's it's the opposition to Aquarius, Leo. So Leo is fixed fire and Aquarius is fixed fire, and they're in opposition. So Saturn in Leo wants to express itself and be creative and be dramatic and be a leader and all that. So the opposition, well, Saturn in Leo could give Leo the discipline to put their star up there, to go to acting school or drama school or, um, yeah, just spend time refining their art or just they are themselves being the leader that they are. It could indicate a promotion to the head of the group because of the opposition, um, the leader of a humanitarian group, the leader of the band, whatever it is. But Saturn in Leo, you could use that opposition to your benefit, because you could sometimes borrow from the opposition. So, um, yeah, so in Leo, Saturn in Virgo, you want to watch your health, pay attention to your health. Not that anything bad is going to happen to your health, but it could also give you the discipline to go to med school, to become a nurse. Uh, Anything in the health field, massage therapy, uh, detailed analysis. That's Virgo. Attention to detail. Maybe you want to organize closets. uh, you know, food, excuse me, food, eating, um, health regimes. You may want to work like on a team, um, nourishing the team somehow, like what do they call that? I don't know, physical therapy or something like that. But Saturn in Virgo, it's opposed to Pisces, so you just want to take care of your health, take care of your health regimes, your exercise, your get all your checkups and all of that. But if you want to get ahead in your work, you certainly could get ahead, or you could also, on the other hand, possibly lose that job or be separated from uh, something because of a health reason, maybe go out on disability for a while, or, sorry, my voice, allergies here. Um, yeah, but it could just be having to go to the having to go to the dentist, and who wants to do that? Or becoming a dentist, yeah. But it gives you the discipline to go to school. I mean, Virgos have so much discipline anyway, and they have so much analytical ability, a lot like Aquarius, only earthy. So moving on, Saturn is exalted in Libra, so it's the judge. It weighs both sides. Libra rules the seventh house, and so Saturn is exalted in Libra, and it's yeah, it weighs both sides of a relationship and partnership, and would want something solid and steady. Um, yeah, Saturn in Libra is very, it delays though. It could delay things, and not everyone has Saturn in Libra in their seventh house. That you might have it in some other house. You might have it in your money house, but I have it in my seventh house. Yeah, so yeah, it could um, delay marriage or partnerships. It could have you weigh and balance everything. So that's a good thing. It's the scales of justice. So you look at everything. You try to be fair. Um, it's good for law, for but oftentimes to have it in the seventh house, that would be sometimes being maybe being with someone older, or maybe uh, not always problems in relationship. It could be cementing relationships, um, and it could also be with somebody older. You could like older people, hanging out with older people. Let's see. So Saturn in Scorpio. Wow, Saturn in Scorpio is Saturn in Scorpio is really, say you're into magic or the occult or something, or you're learning a new psychic. Not all Scorpios, of course, are into that stuff, but if you were, you would take it. You could take it to a whole new level, or there could be like a karmic payback for. You really have to be careful, especially Scorpio in the eighth house, because if you misuse your powers, which you have, um, it'll come back to you. I don't know how many fold, but it will come back to you. So you need to be aware of that. So Saturn in Scorpio, you want to beware. Well, it rules the genital area, so you don't get all that checked out. Uh, you don't want to get an STD or something. Um, very fixed water. So you could put some of your fixed and psychic and intuition. Also, it could be perhaps your father may pass away and leave you an inheritance, you know, um, because Scorpio rules joint assets, and it could be separation from your father. There are just so many different ways it could manifest. So, but yeah, Scorpio, you could say you're on the bomb squad, that would give you, because Scorpios love mystery. So, if you've been wanting to write that mystery novel, or be like a bomb detector, or something like that, it would give you the discipline to learn that skill, to be a scientist or to be a biologist, to study the oceans, anything Scorpios like things under that have depth, to the core of the issue, studying volcanoes, or, reactive volcanic, nuclear physics, um, the studying the effects of fracking on the earth, stuff like that. Saturn could give you the discipline to persevere. So Saturn in Sagittarius curtails your traveling, or it could make you an authority on writing a travel blog. It could help you to go to law school. Yeah, my father was a Sagittarius. He was an attorney. I don't think I don't remember doing his chart, but I don't know if he had Saturn there. But it could curtail your traveling, or I would be careful, about booking flights, and just make sure it's not in conflict with Mars or anything. If it's um, squaring Mars, that's too malefic. So you want to be careful regarding travel. But yeah, it could be international foreign affairs, law, teaching. You could teach. You could learn something new, learn a new language, um, all kinds of great things. But, it is a mutable fire sign. All the fire signs don't especially love Saturn in their house. It doesn't feel comfortable with their fire. But, that's just the way that's the way it is. It feels comfortable, of course, in Capricorn because it's the ruler. And it feels comfortable in Aquarius because it's the ruler of that as well. So with Capricorn, they're not quite losing Saturn yet because it's stationing 0 degrees March 23rd. So it will be a whole different feel. It'll take on the first flush of Aquarius, which is a lot more open-minded, less authoritarian, rigid thinking than you'll find in the populace that our thinking will be totally left field from where it has been, for the last 3 years, 3 years at least, 2.5, 3 years. So it'll be more open-minded, more forward-thinking, less inclined to hang on to the old structures. Um, yeah, so anyway, Saturn's very comfortable in Aquarius and Capricorn as well because it's the ruler, so it gives it more power, more power. Um, and it is sextiling Aries, so that's really positive for them. And um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I love Aquarians. I really do. I love their vision, their open-mindedness, uh, they're just good people. They have, they can be detached. Uh, Say they're great with their group or they're leader of the Teamsters or something, but in their family they might not even talk to their partner, or they might sort of ignore the loved ones to take care of their group. Oftentimes that's the case with Saturn and Aquarius. They're so busy with their people, their tribe that that's where they get the rep for being detached. And they're also very analytical. They're probably in their head all the time. So um, I'm going to continue with the rest of the signs. So Pisces, of course, Pisces. Saturn in Pisces is it doesn't feel really good in Pisces. I don't think it's so serious. Saturn is so serious. So for Pisces, your thinking would just be very, very deep. It's deep anyway. I mean, you're so intuitive and so watery. And so to have this heaviness come into your universal water element, um, to me, I don't know, it just felt heavy to me. But you can use it. I mean, a lot of musicians and artists have, and you don't have to be an artist, but that's just an example, have Saturn there, and they're at the top of their game, top of their profession. So in that sense, it brings you Earth. It brings you some Earth, and you are sextiling Capricorn. It's an easy flowing, harmonious aspect. So it brings you the discipline to bring because you're ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. So it will bring you the discipline to maybe put your hardship and your pain into form, put your creative art, your inspiration into some kind of form. So that could be a good thing. That could be a good thing. So, it could manifest all different ways. But Saturn, as a rule, if it's on your sun or ascendant, can feel pretty heavy. It can be hard on the body and signify loss sometimes. But yeah, in Pisces, yeah, just start writing poetry, poetry, music, fool around with dance. Um, go to the zoo. I mean, Pisces love animals. They're like St. Francis with animals. So, you could become a vet if you wanted to. Anyway, I'm going to end this. I do look forward to March 23rd, 2020. And of course, I'll be doing taking another look at it soon. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.